Hey kids, to make up for the last video, this episode will be all about you guys. I know you've been wondering all your measly lifetimes what it was like to be a child back in the day. Well, before I tell you that, you're going to need to know a little bit about the Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution occurred around the 1800s, but more near 1830 to 1840. It was a rapid improvement in technology and science, specifically in Great Britain, although it spread to the rest of the world soon after. This turned agriculture-based land and societies to urban industrialized cities that could produce mass amounts of products that would be impossible to do by hand. New inventions were everywhere too, like the spinning jenny, steam engines, telegraph systems, and many, many others. Although how do children play a role in this, you ask? Well, labor is still required to operate machines in the factories. The easiest targets? Orphans. With no family or relatives to help them, factory owners just swoop these guys up from an orphanage and put them to work. Oh, just stopping by. Oh, hey, you there. What would you want if you had to work in a factory all day with no breaks until you were 18? Well, I would want a home, good food, money, clothing, and education. Alright, let's meet halfway. I'll give you a cramped room with several other orphans, porridge that tastes like nothing, no money, one pair of thin clothing, and basically no education. I don't know, that sounds kinda bad. Fine, I'll give you some bed sheets. Only for the winter though. It'll be like a 3/5 compromise. What's a 3/5? Don't worry about it. Wow, these kids are great. I'll take 60 of them. You'll take 60 out of the 100 orphans? That's amazing news. Wait, what are you gonna do with those orphans? How are their working conditions? Well, it was to say less than ideal. They had to operate big, dangerous machines that could probably tear your arm off with one wrong move. The air in the factories was pretty bad because there was very poor ventilation in the factories. They couldn't even wear shoes, and the clothing was minimum because they were typically poor or living at the mill. They worked about 14 hours a day with no breaks, and even when they ate tasteless food, they worked. The owners treated these kids pretty badly, even physically abusing them. But all they were thinking about was, but the products keep coming and they don't stop coming. Industrial cities about to hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live off children, even though some were young as 6 to 10. Factories weren't the only job children had. They worked everywhere, like in farms, fields, chimneys, mines, caves, as brickworkers, etc. How did the Industrial Revolution change society? Well, with all the technological advances, it was less labor-intensive to work in places like factories and farms. It made life so much easier, and the medical procedures that were formed also made it so that people's lifespan was longer. The Industrial Revolution was truly the first step humanity made to make it where we are today, which just proves its influence of our daily lives. Although there was a lot of terrible things that occurred to children in this period of time, there is always something that has to be given up if something changes. In this case, it was these children's childhood. They really became adults faster because of how much innocence they lost to the early years of their lives. Although they did make a better world for their people and to us because of the labor, so maybe that price wasn't so bad. Anyway, I'm Owen Plord, and I'll see you in the next video.